know what time it is. This is Kiyha's Jambaliyha. You know I'm always cooking up something hot. Come on in. Let me feed you, baby. Y'all, this is Kiyha's Jambaliyha, and I am always trying to bring it to y'all hot. So let me tell y'all what is going on. We're going to have to actually speed through some of this stuff. So, because last week we had a very, very special segment with MC Solo, and we needed to dedicate
Marie-Dominique and
yes,
Delice.
yes, and we needed to dedicate those segments to those people, because if you listen to last week's show, the authenticity of it was just, it was beautiful. It was amazing. So we're behind a little on the news, but let me tell y'all about what's going on. So as we know that we unfortunately have lost Takeoff from the Migos, and there's been a lot of swirlings around his passing. They dropped a video, actually. Migos dropped a video. No, excuse me. Neff and Unk, who is the new separated version of Migos. They have, because of though, for those of you who don't know, Migos are no longer a group. Offset has taken himself out of the group, and the two other members had made themselves their own group, Unk and Neff, and they've been having some trouble since they separated. Now, they released a video the day after Takeoff's death, but the video actually depicts how they say he died. So we are in an uproar right now in the music community, because they say that there was rumors swirling around him passing from a dice game or them gambling. And in the video, in the beginning of the video, Takeoff and Quavo are inside the car, and they were sleeping in the car, and they both wake up saying that they had the same dream. Now, if anybody knows anything about when you have the same dream as someone, there's something going on there. And there's something that you're supposed to be paying attention to. So the dream sequence is how the video starts. Now, it's supposed to be a dream, but when you enter the video, they have some kids playing in the front, and then when he goes into the next room, there's some guys gambling, and they start like arguing over the gambling, and there's a lady that's standing in the corner that is very, very dark. In the next scene, they have Quavo laying in the bed with a Migos contract and a gun, and he looks at the Migos contract and puts it down, and then he picks up the gun. And the lyrics that he says at those times come to the effect like, I don't care about nothing but money. I'm all about that paper. And she told me to pop him, and I popped him. I put the gun on the dresser. In that same scene, as they pan to the side, Takeoff is in the scene, and there's a RIP and a Grim Reaper beside him in the video.
Yo, this is wild. This is wild, Kiyha.
I am tripping, and I need y'all, whoever's listening, to go and check this out, because there's some things going on in the industry right now, and a lot of things are being revealed. And I think a lot of this has to do with them trying to dismantle the music industry right now because of all of the issues with Kanye West and Kyrie Irving behind their quote unquote, which is not even real, anti-Semitic statements, and which we come to realize now, or what we're finding out now. And Pete, I want to say thank you for sending me the link, because I'm watching the documentary, and it's not that it's anything that I didn't know before, because we know that we are the true Israelites. We know that we are that. My last name happens to be Schroeder, but when people say to me, "You're Jew," well, my family is Jew, but they like, well, how you go to the synagogue? What are you talking about? I got Jew blood. I don't got to go to the church. I'm not. I don't wish to be. I am this. There's people out there that's practicing acting like us. And for saying something like that, Kyrie and Kanye are both being pretty much ousted and blackballed in the industry. So going back, they are dismantling this music industry. And you remember I told you this. For all the artists that's coming up and all of the artists that's there now, there's about to be a shift in the music industry, y'all, because they are exposing these people. There's a problem. We got a problem. But I'm not going to take too much time on the Migos. I want to tell y'all some of the other stuff that's going on. Y'all make sure y'all keep up with the stuff that I'm telling y'all about. Kyrie Irving is in a lot of trouble, like I said, about saying quote unquote anti-Semitic remarks. They got Kyrie Irving.
Yo, can I give you just a 2 seconds on that? Because I find it was weird, because when I heard what was happening, and for those who are interested, we do actually have access to the documentary, and I watched it, and I was like, how can he be going through so much trials and tribulations based off of just sharing this link? Because it's not, there's nothing racist in it. It's literally just facts. For those who might even seen Hidden Colors in the past, it kind of reminded me of that, because it was just like, yo, it's a lot of information. It's just like, yo, they're showing you facts, they're showing you different reference things, they're telling you where to go research this information. So I'm like, but why? But then I guess it also shows just the power of the media, right? They have enough to just flash lights in your face and be like, no, just look at this. Don't worry. Don't dive into the documentary, into the facts. Just listen to what we're telling you, and we're telling you what he's saying is anti-Semitic. And the majority of people are just saying, yeah, cool. Yeah, bun Kanye, bun Kyrie for saying all these things without actually taking the time to deep dive into the documentary. So I think it would be awesome to be able to have a group viewing of the documentary, even invite our brothers and sisters from the Jewish community, and let's have an open dialogue, because it's like, it shouldn't be this kind of energy. But anyways, thank you for bringing it up, because I thought it was an important topic as well.
It's something that definitely needs to be discussed, because as a people, they have found a systematic way in every way possible to oppress us. And so now to think that we may actually step back into our position of power and take back what is ours, they fear that we'll do the same thing to them that they did to us. And we know this. However, our docileness, that thing inside of us that says it's okay, you know what, we've adopted that, but it's not okay anymore. And this is why we see Kyrie Irving trying to stand up for himself, but he is being bankrupted. Kanye is no longer a billionaire. Do y'all know that? Kanye is no longer a billionaire. They stripped him of all of his endorsements. The bank will no longer bank with him. We need to protect these brothers. This is serious right now, all for trying to educate the people. So that this means that there has to be, let me tell you something. I'm not even going to touch on this anymore, because I really want us to all get together and actually do this viewing. So we'll talk about bringing together the people and maybe having a discussion later. But last thing I want to say in regards to this topic is that I want y'all to understand why the media is acting this way against Kanye and Kyrie Irving. Thieves do not raid empty tombs. Let me say that again for y'all. Thieves do not raid empty tombs. It's something in it. And that's why they mad. They don't want nobody to see it, and they want y'all to know. Remember, I told y'all that.
No, it's not just because he's my brother. It's because you can't talk hip-hop in Montreal without saying M City Solo. Guys, check out his latest project, In My Fields, available on mcitysolo.com. If it's not one of the hardest new EPs to hit Montreal, come and let me know. You already know. It's your boy, Pharaoh, bigging up, mcitysolo.com. If you're a small to medium-sized business and you're getting started and you're ready to go to that next level, what do you need? You need a phone line and you need a website. Think Mainstream Digicom. They got all your telecommunication needs checked. MainstreamDigicom.com.
Girl, what are you cooking?
My curry chicken.
Ooh, you're burning it.
Oh, gosh, it looks so...
It's okay, girl. You need the Curry House. They have the best Caribbean food in town. 2 locations in Montreal, West Island, and Côte-Neige. For more information, follow Caribbean Curry House, MTL. Don't forget to mention the Empower Hour for your 10% discount.
So, who placed in the order?
Me.
One full circle. We are the Melanated Community Resource Hub and Network. What does that mean? We're here for each other.
Now let's get on to something a little bit lighter. Let me tell y'all what's going on. Listen. Nick Cannon got 2 babies on the way.
I know. Can we apply that for a second? Because he is helping to make sure the planet stays populated. I appreciate Nick. He's just doing his thing. Like, yeah, I see that meme with all the people in the next 20 years. We're all gonna look like Nick Cannon. So that's
Nick Cannon got 2 more babies on the way. I want to give a shout out to the ladies who's agreeing to this. They like, let's hold hands. Let's hold. It's beautiful. I can't lie. I'm all for that lifestyle. I can't lie. I grew up in that. For those of you who don't know, when I grew up, I used to say I had 4 moms because my father had 4 baby moms and he required all of us to be cordial with each other, or it was a problem for him. He was not happy and he did not play that mess. Like, he would get very angry. So I understand it and I actually love it. And I think people that are doing these things are doing their civil duty by adding to the world's Black population. This world, and we do know this, we need melanated people here in order for this joint not to implode. So thank you, Nick Cannon, for your contribution to the Black race, because homeboy is getting it in. Listen, when baby 32,
but Kai, you've touched on this on previous episodes where this monogamy is not even natural to ourselves as people. I'm happy to have my one wife right now, if that, because that is what the case is. But I no way do I feel that this is a natural structure. I do feel that if you have the means and you're and the queens that are around you are comfortable with it, I don't think it's a crazy thing, because he's a good father. That's why the women are like, cool, because none of the baby mothers are like, yo, Nick Cannon's a bum ass dude. Like, all of them are like, yo, he takes care of his children, he checks his women, like he's handling it, yo. So more power to him. I ain't mad.
Well, I just want to give this, because I actually have a little inside tea about Nick Cannon. But because I know people who have actually been very, very close to him, actually, like, spend some real time with him. Nick Cannon loves poor women. He loves them. He picks them up, and if you're poor and you're pretty, he'll take care of you and take you and fix you up. And it doesn't even mean that he got to be with you or nothing like that. Nick Cannon is really that guy. He takes girls out of bad situations and he makes their lives better. He really does. And I love him for that. Nick Cannon is like, he's that dude. So Tam, in the instance that you spend $1,000 on winter coats, I think we need to hit Nick Cannon.
That's what I'm saying. If you know someone who knows him, girl, hook it up. He like poor women. I'm here for you. I'm down with the lifestyle. Come here, King.
As soon as we get off, I'm gonna tell you exactly who to call and say, I need
girl,
him.
I'm not even playing. I'm paging him today.
I'm dead ass. And you know what, Tam? He gonna love you. He gonna love you. He gonna love you.
Listen, he gonna get all of this, okay? Period.
Wow. Don't get me started. Just plug me when you get in. Check
you already know, girl. This baby on the way right here.
Look, I thought I was done, but I'm back in. I'll give you one more.
Jump me in. Yo, Drake, privileged rappers. Why Drake is out there right now as a comic book character? They done made every meme in the book about Drake, and I am weak.
Kaya's jumping on my you spoke about Nick. I had that for my social media gone wrong. You about to talk about Drake? That's on my social media. Kaya, we live the same life. I need you to get out of my life.
I told you guys we're one mind here, guys. We're one mind.
Sorry,
go ahead.
They said you always say, "Do I got a camera in your house?" That's crazy though. So I won't go into it too much.
No. Do it.
What are you going to talk about this whole situation here? Are you going to talk about this situation here?
No. Talk about.
You do that part. Let me tell you this: Drake got caught. Some old pictures got brought up of him doing blackface.
What? Stop it!
When Drake was Aubrey Graham, he wore blackface, and his shirt had the black Sambo duck that they used to have on the thing, or the black Sambo crow, and he had on a Jim Crow t-shirt.
Shut up! What? How come I didn't see this? Me and Drake are best friends. I thought I would have got this already. Damn it!
It's giving Doja Cat.
Because Doja
here's the thing,
right?
She be doing weird shit.
Y'all know I'm gonna come in with the double standard of everything, because I think that's crazy for him to do that. You don't have to blackface if you're black, sir. But
that's the thing.
Is he allowed to because he's black? Because then that goes down to using the N-word because you're black, regardless of your shade down the whole spectrum. So this is what goes for Peter goes for Paul.
So this is something that's going on Twitter right now, and the aptly named Black Twitter. There's some things that are being said right now, and some lines that are being drawn, and Drake's mother is Jewish. And they often say what your mother is what you are. Because when you're raised and you have a Black father and a white mother, you're most likely going to gear more towards white people because your mother is white. So at that time when he was being Aubrey Graham, there's very much a chance that he hadn't quite embraced his Blackness. And it might have only become convenient for him once he got into the music industry to actually embrace that Blackness. And so it's telling a tale about what's happening with the mixed children in the world today. And Drake just set something off. And I've never seen Black Twitter more in an outrage in their lives. But now they're saying, well, look who he chose to after dating all these Black women on his way to success, who he ended up having a child with and procreating with and staying with. He out in the media fighting with this girl and all kinds of stuff. And she's a porn star. She didn't have to be nothing but white for him in order for him to accept her and for her to be and have the status that she has. And this is crazy. Black Twitter is going off right now. Now they're saying the lines are going to have to be drawn differently and the one drop rule is not going to matter anymore. There's going to have to be some choices made by biracial, including Black biracial people on where they stand. Because when things like this come up, it almost makes us feel like you might have a mama who's not too fond of Black people. How did you end up doing that? Drake, how did you end up doing that? The media is in an uproar.
Wow.
But I want to point out, actually, just because I'm going to come up with some fun facts there. But in the Jewish community, to be considered Jewish, your father is the one who's supposed to be Jewish. So technically, some people still follow that, but in writing, biblically speaking, to inherit the Jewish line, if you will, your father's the one who's supposed to be Jewish because you come from his loins. So that's probably why we haven't heard him proclaim it, or even the community proclaim it very, very high. Like, some people like to say Sean Paul's Portuguese. They're like, oh yeah, the biggest Jamaican singer is Portuguese, But in the Jewish community, they don't say that loud because
no, it's a mother in the Jewish community. Your mother has to be a Jew for you to be Jewish.
No, your father does, because you come from your father's loins.
You want me to show you this now?
Girl,
this is what Jews practice. Your mama got to be a Jew for you to be a Jew.
Your patrilineal descent. It has to come from your father, according to my Jewish learning.
I've never heard that before. I've only heard.
You guys. So this is interesting. This is is this a takeaway? So we're gonna have to we'll fact check on both sides and come back and bring in.
So let's get in. Michael Jordan's son, because I got to tie this in. Michael Jordan's son is going out with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa Pippen.
Awkward.
Hasn't she gone out with everybody?
You don't go with the kids you used to babysit.
Not babysit.
Awkward.
And Drake rapped about it. Drake said
in the Lost Project with 21 Savage?
Yes. He said,
which is a crazy project, by the way. Sorry, go ahead.
It's nuts. He said to the effect, it's crazy how you was babysitting me and now we grown and we go together.
Awkward.
Awkward is right. And I just, for the record, Michael Jordan's son is fine. I just want to say that for the record. So I understand. And Larsa is out there looking like some young girl walking around with Marcus Jordan. I can't even believe what I'm watching and what I'm seeing right now. Scottie Pippen must want to smack fire out of Michael Jordan. I know he might see, if you don't get your son, get your son. Y'all, Nicki Minaj is trending right now under the hashtag no Grammy for Granny.
What? Tell us more, guy. What are you talking about?
Nicki Minaj had a fight with Latto. There's been some issues, and Nicki Minaj is saying that Latto stole her lyrics. I watched it. I read the lyrics. I listened to them. They spit them differently, but they were the same exact lyrics. And she took two different songs and used the lyrics from two different songs. And she's claiming that she did not take those lyrics, but she did. And Nicki wore her out on a phone call, but Latto recorded it and actually put it on Twitter. Nicki Minaj is being attacked in a way right now that I have never seen before, and the Barbs can't help her. It's a problem. No Grammy for Granny trends on Twitter after Nicki Minaj misses out on even a single nomination. She didn't get not one nomination. Nicki might be done for.
But you guys know Nicki's been like a target. The industry has always been targeting Nicki though. From even from the vaccine times where Nicki was like, yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, yo, I'm not. So she's not a friend of the industry. The industry don't love her. So as soon as they have an opportunity, they're going to try to dry her.
They're saying that she's a big time bully, and she has to be stopped. So I got a couple quick things just before, because my segment is about to be over with, but I got to pull these things out of here because we done went back to come back forward. Lizzo is one of the most dope artists that I think I've ever seen in my entire life. There's a young lady who started a business and she needed a dress for, I think, her grand opening or something like that, or for an event she had. And she messaged Lizzo and asked Lizzo, could she have her dress that she wore on an award show? And Lizzo sent her the dress.
Oh, that's love. That's love, yo. That's love.
Lizzo is a real girl, and I really have to give her props. Lizzo, you are a really kind person, and God bless you. Lizzo needs all her flowers, y'all, because you know what? This big girl, she ain't playing no games out here in this industry, and she's been just poked and prodded so much in this industry. And even though I don't like some of the stuff that she's done, I cannot overlook all of the good stuff that she's done. So shout out Lizzo. Lizzo, we love you, Liz. Don't feel no way about nothing, sis. I got your back from here on out. I'm fighting people in the street about you, Lizzo. They better not say nothing about your butt cheeks being out no more. That's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Xscape received an award the other day. One of their members, Latasha, is speaking out right now. She is very, very upset because she was not given the memo that they were supposed to be performing at shows and dressed the same. And it's about to be something. It hasn't come full circle yet, but we're going to hear some stuff about. Do y'all remember the group Xscape? Do y'all remember Xscape?
Of course. Of course. I remember the songs. I see Tammy singing it, but I can't remember the damn songs, but I remember the group.
All right. Well, and y'all.
Kick off your feet, relax. Like, come on. We'll do a session after this, Pharaoh. It's okay.
Right. Well, something tells me that we are going to be re-singing those songs sometime soon, because it looks like these girls are getting back together. Even though they're having a little turbulence, I think they're going to work it out, and I think we're going to be hearing a little bit of something from Xscape in the near future. So let's just keep tuned in. In other news, Raven-Symoné, and I'm going to end with this. Raven-Symoné reveals that she declined Disney's request to make Raven Baxter gay in Raven's home. So they are redoing That's So Raven, and the new show will be called Raven's Home. She says, and she quotes, they were like, do you want Raven to be gay? And I said, why? And they said, because you are. And I said, bad reason. That's a bad reason. So she will not be having Raven portray a gay character. She does not feel like her life needs to be made into the show in that way. So she says, Raven Baxter never exhibited any type of sexual identity situation in the priors, and I'm not being myself on this show. I'm being a character. Raven Baxter's not gay. So
wow, claps to her. Good
right, because
job.
You know what? People don't know that they could say no. A lot of people don't.
And there's a difference. That's big. Yes, big.
That's right. So I just want to end my show with just a little something for the holiday season. Just because this is what it is. It's getting cold outside. Make sure y'all got your winter tires on here, because I don't want nobody sliding into this car right here. I don't know if my insurance is caught up. Don't hit my car. It's slippery outside in Montreal. Y'all get y'all winter tires. I ain't joking. I don't have mine yet. I'm going to get mine today, but y'all go and get y'all's. Here, don't slide into me. I love y'all, and thank you. This is Kiyha's Jambaliyha, and that is my show.